Ariana was our first child. She was such a beautiful, happy, smart, and caring little girl.
The day that Joseph and Annette Marigold's life fell apart began like any other day.
Ariana, she woke up around 5 o'clock and I went to her bed.
It was the 24th of August 2018. Their 16-month-old daughter, Ariana, had a slight temperature which returned to normal after Annette gave her some Panadol.
She danced, she clapped in the car, and there was nothing unusual. And even when we got to the childcare center, she was the same baby that every day.
The Berry Patch Preschool in Kellyville Ridge has a mobile app, so Annette could see that Ariana was put down for a sleep at 9:10 a.m.
I just said to myself, okay, I better call them, just check on Ariana before my meeting, because our meeting usually was going for some time.
When she called at 10:50, a staff member told Annette that Ariana was fine.
I don't know if she actually went and checked on her, or they just told me something, just
Over the phone?
Yeah, over the phone.
The Berry Patch Preschool policy is to conduct and record 10-minute checks on sleeping infants. The log of Ariana's sleep checks provided to her parents through the preschool's lawyers shows that on this day there were gaps between some checks of 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 23 minutes and 24 minutes.
Is that sufficient to you?
No. Now, if they had done the 15 minutes check, maybe we would have not been sitting today here.
The log also shows the last time Ariana was checked was at 12:02 p.m. At that stage, she'd been asleep for almost 3 hours, double the length of her normal morning sleep.
I received a call at 12:02, 12:05. I was just told that we're calling from the Berry Patch Childcare Center, and we just want to let you know that Ariana, it's not responding.
Ariana was taken to Westmead Children's Hospital.
We couldn't believe that we're gonna see our lifeless child on a bed. How could this would happen? I just called not long ago to check on her, and they said to me she's fine.
Ariana's parents say the autopsy was unable to ascertain the cause of death, and their pain was compounded by what happened afterwards. Was anyone from the childcare centre there?
No, we haven't seen anyone from childcare.
Did they call you later in the day?
No.
Did they call you the next day?
We
No.
haven't heard from them ever since.
Berry Patch owners declined 7:30's request for an interview. They also refused to answer any questions about what happened on the day of Ariana's death. Notes taken by the regulator at the most recent audit at the time of Ariana's death confirmed that Berry Patch's educators did not always walk into the cot room, they merely check a screen.
When I'm putting baby into bed, I'm making sure that baby's placed on their back to sleep. I'm popping the feet right down the bottom of the cot and bringing the sheets up to the level of the chest.
Jane Wiggle is the chief midwife at Red Nose. She's in charge of setting the country's best practice sleep guidelines.
What is a normal colour?
Slightly flush, but not too flush.
Yeah.
Red lips, not blue lips.
She says Red Nose does not recommend specific intervals between checks because each childcare centre is different.
Well, the standards themselves stipulate that the children need to be checked at regular intervals, so they don't actually do stipulate a time. And I think it is quite a difficult thing to apply for various reasons, but it's the quality of the checks. So staff need to be going in there and looking at these babies and looking at these children, looking at the skin, looking at the breathing. They need to be close enough to hear and see these children.
A year before Ariana died, the Federal Childcare Authority, as CEQA, revised its national standards following the death of a child in care in Queensland, recommending that staff are always within sight and hearing distance of sleeping and resting children so that they can assess a child's breathing and the colour of their skin. Jane Wiggle believes that still leaves room for interpretation.
Red Nose does recommend that the national standards do change to stipulate that physical checks are carried out on these children in childcare centres during sleep times.
Where's Mrs. Giraffe? Here she is.
Good Start Early Learning is Australia's largest provider of preschool centres, catering to 76,000 children. They believe it is possible to have very regular checks, even in big centres.
Our sleep, rest and relaxation policy states that educators must be conducting 5-minute checks. What that means is that educators need to physically walk into our sleep rooms and check that the child is breathing, and then 5 minutes later they repeat the same process.
6 months ago, Joseph and Annette had some much needed happy news, a new healthy baby boy, Samuel. But their grief and unanswered questions have gutted them.
Ask the hard questions.
What's the hard question?
How do you look after my kids? How do you check on the kids? How do you perform your checks?
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.